Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass, a showcase of homegrown talent, mixing independent music with personal interviews and a behind-the-scenes look at our music community. Backstage Hall Pass is your front row center seat to some great conversation with the area's most talented artists. Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the program today. We're here on a wonderful Monday. It is our weekend update from Hall Around Town Radio. Let's see who's checking in. I see the YouTube channels going on. I do not see anything on the Book of Face. And it looks like it's not wanting to work today. So that's interesting. We'll see what happens. Let me take a peek here. As always, best laid plans. We had a good show for you today, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, I don't know. Let's check it out. Well, it looks like it's up and running live. There it is. All right. Liz is on Facebook. She's there. She found it. So, yeah, I don't know. It's not notifying anybody, but that's okay. Let's see who's checking in. It looks like Skip is with us. Ray Renee is in the house. Mrs. Hall Around Town is here. George Orr is with us. Amy Blankenship, how are you? Good to have you with us today. Glenn checking in on the YouTube channel. Hopefully you had a great weekend of music. Rob Paisley also on YouTube today. Thank you for being here. What's going on, Skip? It was good to see you over the weekend. Liars for Hire in the house. Douglas, I'm glad you're on your way back. I missed you at the championship round the other night. They could have used you probably. Howdy, Robert. Thank you. Gary, my resident Gene Simmons in the house from Latonia, home of the Simmons Sanctuary. There we go. Yes, Glenn says YouTube is here. I know it's there. I do. It's always there. But the Book of Face is there now too. It just took it a minute to catch up. Yes. Hi, Toy. Thank you from Rockstar. Thank you for being here. And yeah, Douglas got the notification. Thank you. Marcy in the house from Mr. Burroughs Tavern. Thank you for joining us. Welcome on a Monday, everybody. We're here to talk about some live local music and who you saw over the weekend, who we saw over the weekend, and chat about that a little bit on our Monday show, as it's called the Weekend Update. I got you, Gary. L.A. like Los Angeles. What do you think I thought it meant? I know it's Latonia, but yeah, gotcha. Yeah, Steve Stein in the house. How you doing? My eyes are still playing with me, guys. If I'm looking like weird at the screen, that's why. So we're getting there. But I want to thank everybody for all the comments on the page today. We had, I don't know, what we end up with, something 70 or something. Folks who wrote in and said who they saw play over the weekend. It's always good to see who's out and about and who got to see who and where. And that's fun to support the local music scene out there. So if you didn't do that yet and you want to go hit that post up, you can on the page later on tonight or something, drop it in, and always give the venue a shout out too, because we got to keep these venues rolling. Because without the venues, the live local music scene is not going to be happening. It's kind of a two-way street. Anybody watch our show last week when I had Karis on from the Bell and the Bear talking about booking bands and the trials and tribulations of booking bands? Anybody raise your hand if you did? I did. I was here. I was on the show. Quentin, how are you? From Ladder in the house, Latter. Mark Robinson from Sweet Sister Mercy has joined me. Yes. And Quentin says he supported our venues and beer and liquor sales. I love it. All right. That's good. Crescendo, thank you for being with us today. Thanks for joining in here on a Monday. So, yeah, we had about, 70 people write in. And if you saw somebody play over the weekend, drop it in there. But if you didn't hear that show last week on Tuesday, you missed a hell of a great show with Karis. And she had some great insight about being a venue owner and how she books acts and those kind of things. And talking about how it goes financially and from her perspective. So tomorrow we are going to bring on some musicians tomorrow And we'd love to have some musicians join us via phone or via, if you want to give me enough lead time, I can get you the link and you can come in via video and join us. Did I sound like Peter Brady there? Video. You can come in via video and join us on Tuesday. And we're going to talk about what we call our Hot Topic Tuesday. And we're going to have the musician's perspective on that, on getting booked and some of the things, the tips and successes and struggles that go on in the music business. So that's cool. Let's see what we got here. Mike Roberts said he saw Sweet Sister Mercy at the Blue Note. Was incredible as always. They are always fantastic. Speaking of Sweet Sister, Mark Robinson saying yes. Dewey, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. And Mark Robinson wants to join me tomorrow. All right. Sounds great. I'll send you the link, Mark, later this evening. And you can jump on with us tomorrow, because it's going to be a good topic tomorrow where we talk about the musician's perspective on getting booked in venues. And, this kind of got prompted by Lee Dixon. And I don't know, I sent him a message to see if he was available, and I haven't heard back from him yet. But Lee Dixon kind of brought it up, and he said, so many people are rude to the venue owners. He finds if he's nice and kind of jumps on it and just, is not overbearing, that a lot of times he gets booked. And I kind of agree with that, but we're going to let you talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk the pros and cons of it tomorrow on Hot Topic Tuesday. So let me get into our Monday, though. We want to talk about the weekend. If you saw somebody play over the weekend and you have not put it in the comments, drop it in the comments here, or drop it in the comments on that post on the page. And don't forget to hit the little share button. We appreciate the shares, likes, and follows and such. Anytime you can do that. And yeah, Mark, if you can get Lee to join us, that'd be even better too. We could have more of us on there. I think it'd be a good topic tomorrow. We only do it for 30 minutes, people, because that's our time frame. After that, everybody starts to check out anyway. So think about joining us. So we're thankful for bringing you the opportunity, guys, to bring you music news and such. And our Wednesday show, Who's Playing Out, brought you 3,000 views. Thank you for that. That's always because of your support. And we certainly appreciate it. Glenn said he saw a busy weekend, the Eagles Project at Memorial Hall, and John Waite on Sunday. Did he say hi? I'm glad to hear that. I love John Waite, man. He is a super cool guy and one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in the music business. And he's nice enough to give me interviews and those kind of things. And he's going to be on again. He'll be on with us, John Waite, as he's talking about his new project and his new music here. We're working out a date with him right now. And hopefully also going to have Rick Springfield on not too near future. So that'll be fun as well. You guys get to hear some of those old 80s guys talk about it. I shouldn't say old. They'll be mad at me. Rick Springfield looks great at his age. 73 years old. Looks like he's 50, man. Telling you. And hi, Erica. I saw you pop up on the screen there. Erica, good to see you. What else we got? Gary got to see Joe Burrow play. There you go. And yes, beat the Steelers. They did. Hooday, as we say. Thank you for that. And Toy says people have to remember most of us are all cover bands. It needs to be rude to the owners. Yeah, I don't get it either, but it happens. It happens. And Mike, I'm sorry I missed that Friendsgiving at the Bell yesterday. That looked like a great time. Looks like you guys had a wonderful day there. And Karis doesn't do anything halfway. She does. Good evening from the Berg there, Erica. Thank you for being with us today. It was great to see you yesterday. And yes, our daughter-in-law, Erica, there. She's a sweetheart. Not from Alaska anymore. She's here. She's in the area. Yes, Hollywood said Drive was awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I always enjoy Drive as well. I've seen them several times and always love catching their show. Fun stuff. Hi, Carrie. Thanks for dropping in. So, what did we do over the weekend? Well, it was Christmas in Springboro. It kind of kicks off the holiday season. It's a huge event, a festival type event. And God love them. I mean, could the weather have been any more suck? I mean, it really was cold. I don't think I've ever been to one of those that it's been this cold. I think that was probably a record breaker for the chill. But still, there were people out. And on Friday night, the place was jam-packed with people. Everybody's bundled up and enjoy it. Saturday, it got a little ugly. Saturday, was it Friday or Saturday? It snowed, man. I can't remember. I was there both nights, but it was some spitting, sleety snow, and it was ugly out. But the folks were out in force in Springboro, and Heather's had it going on. Heather has thrown a party there, I think, for, 15 years, something like that, or 13 years at Heather's for Christmas in Springboro. Hi there, Chris Reese. Thank you. And there is Heather right there. She says timestamp and vinyl countdown. Heather, how many years have you been doing Christmas in Springboro? I saw the post, but it didn't lodge in this feeble little mind of mine exactly how many years. And I know it was your anniversary as well, because you opened on Christmas in Springboro when you opened the whole deal. Okay, good. This just in, breaking news. Karis will join me tomorrow also on that show. So she's going to provide still do the bar owner side of that kind of thing. And Heather says 13. See, it was there. I spit it out, but I just didn't realize I was right. So 13 years she's been there. Threw a hell of a party this weekend. And let me tell you, hi, Melissa Queen. Thank you for being here. Hi, John. Thank you. If you're out there, guys, make a comment. Let us know you're in the house and talk about who you saw play over the weekend. If you did, throw it in the comments and where you saw them. But we certainly, Heather says, by far the coldest ever. And you had it going on. You had the heat and the tents going as much as you could for as cold as it was. And I mean, it's an outdoor tent, people. It's not going to get to be a balmy 80 degrees in there, but it was fun. And Friday night, got there right on time, got to see Timestamp. Had a little struggle with the sound early on, but they got it worked out. They got it dialed in. There's, it's cold. There's sound stuff that it just sucks when you're outside and it's cold like that, especially for a musician and a sound guy who's been setting all that up in the chill. So they did well. They got it put in there and got it dialed in, had the dance floor hopping. And some of the songs that Timestamp does, and they're out of Cincinnati. If you don't know who they are, if you've never seen them, I highly recommend both the bands I'm going to talk about today. And, things I always say, and some of you know my saying, sometimes when I say, oh, it was a good set list and don't say anything else, that usually means, it was all right, but I say they had a great set list and it was really cool with some of the songs that they played. And I'll mention a few of them to you here in just a minute. I got their set list in front of me, but I want to read Chris's comment as well. Said the Whammies crushed it. Yeah, the glow party at the Bell looked fun. And got to see Kevin Cooper and Mike Roberts at Grainworks. There you go. Good stuff. Hi, Karis. Thanks for joining us. She'll be with me tomorrow, guys, here on our Hot Topic Tuesday. In fact, we're in negotiations now. She's come in with a high contract price, but I'm trying to get her to co-host that show with me every Tuesday. So if we can come to agreement on the wage, we'll definitely pull that off. Because I want Karis to be here. She adds so much to the show when she's here. And plus, she's much better looking than I am. And yes, Heather said both bands heated the place up. Absolutely. And here's some of the songs Timestamp did in the first set. They did Every Rose Has Its Thorn. They had, Running Down a Dream, Hard to Handle, Yellow, 3 a.m., Jesse's Girl, White Wedding, Video Killed the Radio Star. Run, Run, Rudolph for the Christmas season. That was good. And Kara says no less than 7 puppies and $1 million. $1 million. Thank you, Karis. Beds Are Burning, Same Old Song and Dance, Into the World as We Know It, which we thought was happening with the chill that night. And some really, really cool stuff. Let me get to their second set here. Some of my favorites that were in that set. If I can pop it up. 2 tickets to Huber Heights. 2 tickets to Paradise. They did that one. LaGrange. They did Long Way to the Top. If you want to rock and roll, The Distance, Honky Tonk Woman. Steve was railing that cowbell. He was. Purple Rain. They did in there. That was cool. So lots of fun things going on with Timestamp. That was their second set. And then their third and final set, as they ended the night with the dance floor packed, man, they did. And threw some things in there like Fat Bottom Girls, Pour Some Sugar on Me, My Sharona, Closing Time, Surrender, and ended the night with Flagpole Sitta. So really cool stuff from Timestamp. If you haven't followed them on the Book of Face, do so. and give those guys your love, because they're a great band out of Cincinnati. Heather had a wonderful lineup this weekend. And I want to talk about Saturday night. Let's talk about Saturday for a minute. Not that it was too cold on Friday. We enjoyed it. We were bundled up. We went back on Saturday for more pain from the weather. And I felt so bad because there were so many vendors at this that are up and down the streets. And if you weren't selling chicken noodles or bourbon chicken, something hot, it wasn't selling. And I felt bad for them. Now, the little booth with the fresh, hot little round donut bites, that was hopping. People love that. But Saturday night, we took in Vinyl Countdown. Now, their sound was pristine. I will say that. Hello, Jerry Nimmersheim. Thank you for being here. Good afternoon. Hi, Dirk Turner from Crying Out Loud. Thank you for joining us today. Amazing show that Vinyl Countdown put on. That's Vinyl Countdown Cincinnati. If you check them out on the Book of Face, any way you want it. Another one bites the dust. Hit me with your best shot. Celia is a powerhouse vocalist. She is. And the rest of the band is just tight as hell. They are great. They put on a great show. And then they brought out all the inflatable instruments, had a air guitar contest and lip sync. I mean, it was a blast with them. And they kept the crowd warm, Roadhouse Blues. What else? A whole lot of love. In their hot-blooded Final Countdown, they sing Vinyl Countdown, which is cool. And, of course, took a little break. That was the first set. Heather said they went through 120 gallons of hot chocolate. How much of it had JMO in it is what I want to know. Hot chocolate with a little Jameson never hurt anybody when it's cold out. Let me get to Vinyl Countdown second set. Rock You Like a Hurricane. Loving every minute. Here I Go Again on My Own. She hit those notes, man. She's awesome. Celia's awesome. Kiss Me Deadly. Blister in the Sun. Should I Stay or Should I Go? Home Sweet Home. TNT and Proud Mary in that one, with a whole lot of other ones. So you can see where this went over the weekend at Heather's. It was a star-studded song list and also just some great vocals and musicianship. And I got to give a big shout out to the musicians, because I will say this: when you can play, and I don't care who you are, you can be the best musician in the world, but when your fingers are frozen playing those guitars, it's tough. And they pushed through it and did a great job. Heather had some nice heat going onto the stage, which was good. And thanks to Heather's dad, who set that up for me on Wednesday as well, kept me nice and toasty there Wednesday night. We had our finals of Name That Tune, which was a blast as well. Let's see what else they do. Take On Me, the AHA song, Footloose, Sweet Home Alabama, My Best Friend's Girlfriend, Faithfully, play that funky music, and then Home Sweet Home, and all kinds of good stuff thrown in there. So what a cool night. And couldn't have asked for a better time with Vinyl Countdown. Now, the guys from Timestamp and Vinyl Countdown, they're tight together. They really complement each other, and the set list complemented each other. But I've got to give a whole giant, massive shout out to my friend Heather, who's on here. Heather is another one of those. And I know we talk a lot about Karis and the Bell and the Bear, and we talk about other venue owners, but I will tell you that Heather is one of those. When she puts on a party, she puts on a party. And it was a hell of a party. She put on a party for me on Wednesday with our Name That Tune finals. The prizes she had were absolutely off the chain, amazing. And she went out there this weekend and absolutely killed it at Heather. So thank you, Heather. And Deborah's saying that Heather and her staff killed it. They did. And the staff's cold. It's a tough time to work when it's that cold outside. And no matter what, you're in a tent. It's not going to be, like I said, 70 degrees. And they just absolutely slayed it. And I don't know if you could have put anybody else in the barn there. The barn had good heat going in it, and then a whole lot of people in there too. Every time I stopped in to say hi to staff or whoever in there, it was crazy. But I want to thank Todd and Celia for giving me a big shout out from the stage on Saturday night. I appreciate that for All Around Town Radio. And that's good. Deb said she never noticed. That's because you had about 18 of them hot chocolate drinks in you, Deb, or whatever you were drinking. And Yes, lots of layers of clothes, except for Casey, and he dresses like a college student who's running from bar to bar in the sub-zero weather, but he killed it as well. So that was our weekend, people. Timestamp on Friday, and then Vinyl Countdown. But wait, there's one more. We did. Hi, Steve from Timestamp. Thanks for being here. He says trying to play a brass instrument in the cold too. Well, yeah. I mean, you look like the kid from You'll Shoot Your Eye Out movie there when he stuck his tongue to the pole. The Christmas Story movie. Your lips will be stuck to your trumpet, my friend. I want to talk real quick, though, about we went up to Mr. Burroughs Tavern on the way out on Saturday night to get warm and stopped in for a drink and enjoyed ourselves with Last Call and Kelly Morlock with them. And Dave and Chris doing their band of blended beautiful harmonies, as they always do. And I got a chance to check out some of what we like to refer to as the AM jams or the AM radio jams of the 70s that they were playing. And they're just a wonderful group as well. And Mr. Burroughs, it was the stopping point from Christmas in Springboro for everybody to warm up. And they had a hell of a crowd in there too. So good stuff going on all weekend long in Springboro. We never left Springboro. And that's okay. Now, we will be leaving Springboro this weekend. I've got a ton to report on next week. I will tell you, this week is going to be crazy music all the way through until next Monday. And I will tell you as well that our programming change, our Who's Playing Out show that is normally brought to you on Thursday, due to the fact that it is Thanksgiving Day, we're going to be bringing you that one, and it will come to you Wednesday at 5:00. So Wednesday at 5 for Who's Playing Out, brought to you by Froggies in Monroe. That's coming your way. Tomorrow, we're going to be bringing you the wonderful, lovely Karis, and looks like now Mark Robinson, maybe Lee Dixon's going to join us. We're going to talk about some fun stuff about how bands sometimes get themselves booked or struggle to get booked in venues. Last week's show was a hot topic, man. People were chiming in, and it was a good one. So if you want to join us tomorrow, we'd like that at 5:00. I only have a half hour to get it in because I have to do trivia. And Kara says it's going to be a party. And like I said, if I can negotiate with her and get her on a contract to do those on Tuesday with me, she'll be co-hosting, and we'll come up with great hot topics to talk about. And you guys come on and chime in or call in. If you want to dial in on the phone, you can provide your input or just bitch a little, whatever you want to do. We don't care. It's the way it works. All right. Anybody else out there today? Todd just joined us. Hi, Todd. We were talking about you. Were your ears burning? Jim, you got some great compliments on Drive. I see Jim's out there. Oh, look, it went up to 3 puppies and $2 million. Oh, well, Mrs. All Around Town won't let me give you my puppies, so I'd have to go out and find you some, but we could probably do that. What's up, Jim? Good to see you. So thank you all for being here today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. And like I said, had a great weekend out there of music at Heather's. I never left Heather's really other than to go home and stop at Mr. Burroughs for a few minutes. And that was our weekend of live music. And Todd, you'll have to go back and watch this thing later. But thank you for joining me today. And thank you for the great show and the shout out you gave us for All Around Town Radio on Saturday night from the stage at Heather's. In front of all those people, never hurts. We appreciate it a whole lot. So guys, that's going to do it for me today. Hope you had a great weekend of music. If you did and you have not yet posted in the comments section on that post on our page, please drop it in there. We'd love to hear from you. So important to support live local music and the venues that bring it to you. So we'll be back with you tomorrow at 5:00 with Hot Topic. Yes, Hot Topic Tuesday. The lovely Karis joining me on the show. It's like Beauty and the Beast. It is. See you then, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm just going to check out because every time I play music, I get gigged by the Book of Face. So right now, until we can work that out with them, we're just going to hit the button and go bye-bye. Thanks for watching today. See you next time.